Good day, welcome back to my green. Today let's do a little tomato rating. It's just my way of saying review because I'm not a review people, so I don't want to use that word. So I'm going to bite into those tomato and give it the number based on how much I like it. Okay, so here I have a 7 variety all day. This one green one is a Ruby German green. This second one is a Brandywine yellow or yellow Brandywine. This two is the most anticipated for this season. Next to it is pink Brandywine. This one black creams. Last season is my most favorite alongside with the Cherokee purple. But this season only black cream bear a few fruits, and only one is edible. The rest is get spoiled. The biggest one is straight German. It bicolor. It orange with red, and all the time this one produce a huge fruits. This season is second biggest. And the white one here is white tomato. This one is from free seeds. Very productive, but not really that's good. And the last but not least is a black cherry. And this one the only cherry tomato in the entire board here. Okay, now let's cut open this guy. Very meaty, all green inside. Only one cavity is kind of missing, no juicy, but the rest are very juicy. Okay, now let's bite into it. That green tomato, it tastes very interesting. It's very juicy and very acidic, but it's not too much acidic that make it unedible. But this one is just acidic, but in a nice way. It really a unique tomato. It's a feel like a unripe tomato, like a feel like young tomato, but it have the ripe fruit on with it. So it's interesting. I give this one an 8, so 8 over 10. Next one is a yellow Brandywine. This one is my most anticipated variety. I want to grow it last season, but I couldn't find the one that I'm looking for. So this is the season. This one even better than the first one. It even more meaty. The cavity hole is even smaller. Let me bite into it. The texture wise, the juiciness, it's very similar to the green one that I tasted before. The different part is this one it have like a when you bite into the yellow tomato, it has kind of like a tanginess. So I also give this one 8 over 10. So far so good. Another 8. Next is the pink Brandywine. So this look a bit ugly, a little spoiled here, cracking, because it's homegrown. Like it's not gonna be perfect looking like a store-bought. But what important is flavor. Wow, this one very meaty, very similar to the yellow Brandywine. How it look, the texture, the seed cavity. For the pink Brandywine, the yellow Brandywine, and green Germans, this three is very similar looking, and the texture is very similar. But for the pink Brandywine, it kind of unique on its own. Like it has something like the yellow and the green doesn't have, and this three it really tastes different. But overall, the texture, the juiciness, the meatiness, it's very similar. So I gonna give the pink Brandywine another 8. Okay, next one is black cream. It's my winner last season. My family also enjoyed this one the most among other variety that I have grown last year. Okay, so for this guy, it's spoiled a little bit. I already cut it out. But for the texture, it really good. The seed cavity is a bit bigger than the previous few that we tried, but this one, the middle of it is very meaty, and the color is super nice. So for black cream, I give it a 10. It's 10 over 10. It's still hold its ground. It looks very similar to a few other Brandywines, but when you bite into it, the texture is different. It's very soft, very meaty, all the way through. It's not too acidic like the green or the yellow or the pink Brandywines. It does has acidic levels, but overall it's not as strong, and it really a pleasant to eat. Next one, big guy. This is always the biggest tomato in my garden, but this season it get bit by my yellow Brandywines. I cannot believe like that tree it bear only 2 fruits, and one is almost 2 pounds and one is 1.5 pounds something around there. So like 2 of them is like 3 pounds something. But this one is still second best, second biggest. Look at this. This is just beautiful. Okay, now let's taste, because it's not gonna be any matter if it doesn't taste good. Let me bite into the juicy part. For this one, I give it 7 in terms of flavor, because if compared to other, it feels less flavorful. It like it does have a acidic flavor, but it kind of blends. Next one is white tomato. This one I choose the smaller ones. I have a bigger one, but it less ripe, so it's unfair to compare to the other guys that have big muscle. This one always productive in the garden. For this white tomato, its cavity is a few of them are missing seeds, and the one that have seeds, it not really as juicy as the previous other. So let me bite into it. For this one, it's even less flavorful. When I bite into it, the flavor is very bland. It does have a acidic to the base, but it's most of the time it's like a blend, and the texture is not really meaty. It's not like a smooth and meaty. This one is a kind of dry, not juicy. So it applies to it. Okay, for the last one, absolutely but not the least, is a cherry tomato. This one a black cherry. Let me cut open. Wow. The black cherries, it look amazing. I'm gonna give you a macro shot of this one. Despite its small size, but it packed with a punch. I give it a solid 9. The texture is very different from the big guys, and surprisingly, it's the sweetest tomato among the one that I have tasted. It's well balanced. It's not too sweet or not too acidic. Okay, everyone, now we found the winner. It's the black cream. So definitely, I'm going to grow that more in the next season.